Welcome to my daily videos. As you all know, I just had some kind of agreement with myself, and that I said I will read every day, and I'll make one video every day. So I'll read every day means I will read an article every day. An article could be anything in my definition. From my point of view, or in my list, article could be anything. It can be scientific article, it can be even story, also even it can be novel, it can be some mathematical thing, also it can be anything. And then I will make every day one video. So this is kind of the continuation of that. So today I'll talk about a couple of things. First of all, I'll talk about this one topic, which is how can we make the world better. So this is the first one. How can we make the world better? So this is kind of interesting point of time now, and funny thing is always it was that, and I suppose always it will be, because this the unpredictability of this human nature and the world's dynamics basically makes all the time the point of time always is interesting here on the earth. And as a human being, how can we make this world better? There are a couple of different things will come out, but from my point of view, I suppose as a citizen of this world, and as a citizen of this, as someone from this planet Earth, I will say we have some responsibility, and our main responsibility is to keep the world, keep the earth suitable for living. First of all, with the growing number of population, with the growing number of everything, actually everything is triggered by, in my consideration, everything is triggered by the growing number of population. And then the other things also started evolving, and everything started growing up, because when the growing number of people grows up, then we need more meals, more factories, more mouth to feed, then more crops to produce, then to produce more crops we need more fertilizers. So all the things is happening due to happening due to the growing number of population. The population are increasing really rapidly. This is kind of population explosion, and that's the main reason. So what is our responsibility for the planet Earth? How can we make the world better? From my point of view, by world we mean Earth now, just in our current consideration. By world, actually world is not only Earth. So we need to keep the world suitable for living for the newcomers. That's the main thing from my consideration. And to make it suitable for living, we need to do everything that we need to do. And this thing is very important for many reasons, and because we need to keep this world safer, because we need to keep everything suitable for living, or else the future becomes endangered, and as we do not have any backup plan, so basically this is the only plan that we have currently, so we are in risk of extinction. I'm saying it with full confidence about this extinction, because previously we have seen there are evidence about that this kind of thing happened a couple of times. So basically, couple of times is not for the human being, maybe for the dinosaurs, or how many extinction happened before dinosaur, who knows. And so this kind of thing, I mean, this may seem kind of less dependable information. I also do not know, to be very frank, that how many if there were any people lived and then they vanish. People I mean, in this case I mean species, any species, just like dinosaur one species, some other species also may have just went for extinction. Now why human being will be extinct? The reason is not like for the same reason of the dinosaur. The human beings extinction could be triggered by another things, by another many other reasons. There are many other reasons around what which can be a cause for human beings case. So my point is this is very dangerous situation. The future for the human being is very dangerous, very dangerous at this current situation, because this is not the ancient time. Previously people used to do the war, and their way of life, everything was more or less harmonious with the nature, and the war, previous ancient war, was also not too much destructive. But now we can bring huge, enormous harm to the nature. And when nature is nature usually gets its own healing mechanism, have its own healing mechanism. So normally if we do not interrupt nature then again come back. But the problem is we have to give some time to the nature so that it can come back to its original shape. But the problem is human beings are not patient, and human beings are very much greedy, and they think they are the most powerful, they are the most deserving kind of thing. I mean, there are many classes here in this, many country, many class, and then one country thinks, some people think that they are the greatest, they are the most valuable people on earth, so they deserve more. Basically, conflict starts. So and other things also start surrounding from that thing. We should not do it. I mean, we cannot stop anybody from doing it, but the thing is, we have to be careful about that there is a risk. There is a risk. And now you can say, oh, I can do everything. If there is risk, maybe for the next generation this is the risk. Yes, maybe for the next generation, but there is a risk. Now it's your choice whether you will take that risk or not. That's your choice. You have a choice, I know, because that's how people live on the planet Earth. But my point is, we need to be more responsible for the planet Earth. We need to be more careful. We should have some care. We should give some care to the planet Earth. We should love this planet Earth, and we should keep it as it is, more or less as it is. So this is not like, I mean, as there is a wonderful dialogue in movie Matrix, and there they said human beings are the virus, are the virus of the planet Earth, because they are taking everything from the planet Earth. If you consider planet Earth is some living body, then we are the virus for the planet Earth, because we are taking everything and we are destroying this planet Earth. We are making the planet Earth bringing more pollutions on the planet Earth, and in every sense we are actually harming the planet Earth from every sense. That's the point, and we have to stop it at some point, and or else. Now this is kind of you will say this is kind of insane to say stop everything, stop doing everything, then the whole growth stops, and basically if I say don't produce crops, don't use the land, then this is not realistic, this is not possible. Maybe there is a bar, there is a threshold for how much we can do. So, and there is some most safest, we should stop at most safest point where nature is okay, because let me give you some very simple example. Most of you have ponds in your house, near your house, or in your house or near your house. So in the pond there are waters, and there are some fish or some other things. So for the water actually have some kind of mechanism by which even if you throw some garbage, some small amount of garbage, then basically after a few days you see there is no garbage there, or the bad smell of garbage is gone. Where it is gone? Basically water has some mechanism inside it so that it can take some garbage, and then it can make the things okay, regular, natural, normal. It do have some power. this whole world, everything, all the natural system have some kind of natural mechanism by which it can take some of the thing that we do with it. But after a certain limit, suppose in the pond, if you start keep putting garbage again and again and again, then at some point the whole water will be poisonous, and you cannot drink that water, you cannot use that water. Then the whole water, the whole pond becomes like a poison for you. That's the simple example you can use everywhere on the planet Earth. Basically, planet Earth have its own mechanism for the adaptation, or to come to the neutral area at some point. But there's a limit, and we need to be careful about that limit. And my this video is mostly pointed towards the how can we make the world better. So there are other things also. I mean, I'm talking about the earth. How can we make the earth better? There are other simple discussions also, like we need to be kind to others. We need to be patient for the others. We need to care. We need to love people. We need to treat everybody equal. We need all the equality we should bring. We should not be dishonest. We should not be greedy. We should not blah blah blah. We should not do this, do that towards others, so that other people are not hurted, or they are also living the kind of similar life. I mean, we respect everybody's right, personal right, everybody's right, everybody has some rights, so we respect it. So there are a lot of all these ingredients also. These are kind of related to human beings, and we can be careful about the other species also. All these things also we can combine it with this, but mostly my main concern was for the earth, because we are the pollution, global warming, all these things is actually making the whole world a bit kind of serious issues now. And basically these are true, that there are things happening with the world, with the earth, and earth is suffering. So basically we need to do something because of the huge amount of population, huge amount of population, and population is growing in a different rate than the other species. Population is not growing in the normal mechanism. There are some, if you read about this mechanism, then you will understand population are not growing according to nature actually let everything grow naturally. There are different mechanisms in the nature by which nature controls everything, that is called ecosystem, food web. Nature actually controls everything, but basically nature cannot control human beings. So human beings are growing rapidly. They are doing everything in their own system, in their own methods. So that's why someday there's a possibility that the whole nature will be in trouble for this kind of thing, and that's the worry. So basically what we can do is we need to be very careful about this issue, because now we are in the control, and if we don't do it right, then basically we risk our own future, and future of the human race on earth will be in trouble. So we need to be careful about this. Thank you. Thanks very much.